Le thème de cette conférence régionale est maintenir la sécurité routière en Afrique de l'Ouest grâce à l'intégration régionale. Ça a été dit avant moi. Bien évidemment, il faut de la solidarité régionale si nous voulons combattre le fléau de la sécurité routière. En vue de la réduction du nombre d'accidents et de victimes de la circulation routière dans l'espace CEDEAO, l'Organisation pour la sécurité routière en Afrique de l'Ouest, a été créée pour assurer une meilleure harmonisation des plans d'action des États membres en matière de sécurité routière. Et nous remercions la CEDEAO pour les initiatives qui sont en cours. Je pense que le représentant de la CEDEAO nous fera part de cela lors de ses travaux. À ce titre, les réunions statutaires de l'organisation se tiennent annuellement, comme nous le savons, même si l'année dernière nous n'avons pas pu tenir cette réunion à cause de la situation sanitaire mondiale. Les réunions qui visent à faire de la sécurité routière une priorité politique pour tous les pays de la zone CEDEAO, de fixer des objectifs appropriés en matière de sécurité routière et harmoniser les plans d'action des États, consolider les acquis et mettre en place de nouvelles perspectives dans la lutte contre le fléau de la sécurité routière. Parce que bien évidemment, il y a des acquis qu'il faut consolider. Dans le cadre de la présente conférence régionale sur la sécurité routière, il est prévu des communications sur des thèmes aussi pertinents les uns que les autres. Je vous exhorte, membres de la CEDEAO, de l'OSCAO, je vous exhorte donc à suivre avec attention les différents exposés, car c'est la sécurité de l'ensemble des populations de l'espace CEDEAO dont il est question. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention. Merci.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for those assurances, those kind words, as far as this program, the implementation of mass strategy is concerned. Going further, we will now respectfully ask the chairman, the American Company Transport, to make a statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, representative of the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, President of WASU, the entourage, distinguished regional transport sector stakeholders and experts, the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation and other corporate ministers present, honorable members of Parliament, the board of directors, management and staff of the SLRSA, civil society organizations, media houses present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I view this invitation as an esteemed honor to add my voice to your deliberation. WASO has manifested this in the last General Assembly in Freetown at the Miata Conference of 6 years ago. The parliamentary committee was given due regards to make statements meet their statutory commitments and international best practice. As Parliament, the National Constitution gives mandate to the Parliamentary Committee to supervise and collaborate with the SLRSA to achieve its objective as in the institution's strategic plan and the 1996 and 2007 Act. Over the years, Parliament has teamed up with the SLRSA to deliver on the UN 2011-2012 decade of action geared towards reducing road crashes and thus reducing fatality of our compatriots. In this regard, Parliament, however, collaborated on most of other activities to ensure safety on the road. In 2014, the committee supported the rebranding of the agency's legislative level to change its name from Road Transport Authority to Road Safety Authority, thus making safety cardinal in achieving UN Resolution 64/255. In 2014, members of Parliament joined the SRC in a countrywide road safety education that gave positive turnaround as compared to earlier rolling reports on accident status. Recently, we are part of the agency's drive, drinking and winning. A wide range of issues bordering on the digitalization process, upgrading of vehicle license plates, biometric driver's license, and electronic fitness testing for vehicles. Also, the ratification of various agreements and the investigation of international conventions to make the agency functional. However, with all these marketing efforts, Parliament is concerned about the tolls of lives still continue to increase as revealed in the statistics in the past 2 years. As a politician, we are not only losing precious lives and potential votes, but also accumulating vulnerable groups in society as we put pressure on us at the end of the day. So to meet this target set, and to reduce the number of human deaths, injuries, and road traffic crashes, I therefore pledge that the committee will honestly work with the SLRSA to share experiences with all Parliament in the sub-region so that we can help in streaming long regional legislative documents to help the various regional transport sectors in collaboration of our private sector. On behalf of the leadership of Parliament, colleague members, and staff of the Parliamentary Committee on Transport and Aviation, I thank you all for recognizing that the committee is an integral part of the road safety process, and I wish you fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Can we give him another round of applause? Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you for those assurances. And we believe we can all work together to make sure that we realize the objective of work. Thank you so much. Now, respectfully, I will ask now the Minister of Internal Affairs, sit by my side to make justice.
Mr. Chairman, Madam President, I went to not stand in Nigeria, I went recently to Nigeria to align myself to existing protocols. Because of time, I also have to run to a presidential briefing. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sierra Leone. I'm so happy to see most of my colleagues in the road safety business. And I want to really welcome you to Sierra Leone, and I believe you have time. I don't know whether the program is allowing you to go around to see what's happening here in terms of road safety, but I want to encourage the management to be able to do that. The vision of WASCO is to promote and reinforce road safety in West Africa. To promote and reinforce road safety in West Africa. And my government's theme, since we came to power, is education for development. I want to say many thanks for bringing this regional road safety conference and the 10th WASCO General Assembly to Sierra Leone, because it's going to be a good source of education, a good source that we can learn from. And I'm sure people of Sierra Leone from this conference, from this assembly, will gain a lot in terms of education. When I say education for development, His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, is also very keen on human capital development. Human capital development is what he stands on, meaning that the human being is the most important in all of our ventures. The human being is most important. And for that he has 3 pillars: the education, security, agricultural security, and health security. Now, with all these things that he's putting in place, what we're going to do is develop the capacity of the human being. From when you go to kindergarten, free education, you go to our health, agriculture, provide food, until we believe we grow into a full human being and be able to bring development to our nation. But picture this. Halfway down that development, there's a road crash, and bam, you're dead. We have invested a lot of money in that human being, and that human being is gone all of a sudden because of road crash. Now, the Inspector General did say the road crash is predictable and preventable. So it means we can stop this immature death, this premature death that happens. And so we have adults, we have children who are cut down in their prime of life. We have breadwinners being cut down in their prime of life when they're ready to bring forth that good and development that will be taking place. They're cut short in life, and we bring poverty on our people. Many families experience poverty when the head of the home is cut down by a road crash prematurely. And so, as you deliberate, I see you're here from the 4th to the 8th. I'm going to make mine short. I want to, as the theme is road security, to look at the various things. As West Africa, we're saying we want to integrate so that I can leave Sierra Leone, go to Ghana, drive in Senegal, drive in Guinea, drive in the Gambia, and be safe and know what I'm doing. But picture this when you go outside. What has happened? We've had COVID. The other day, I was up in the provinces, and there was overloading. I said the guy was on the bonnet, the apprentice was hanging on the back of the vehicle. I said, my friend, this is sadly, if there's together. Spare parts. I don't know what we have anything to do with COVID. But spare parts, I'm sure if I go ask why we're having such spare parts, they'll say COVID. The places that produce are not producing anymore. So the people, the areas that produce substandard are now producing because of COVID. And so we look at reflectors. In West Africa, we have gone far with reflectors. We said we as West Africa, as a region, should have our reflectors on all our vehicles, all our trucks. And we said we'll do these are things we have done as West Africa. We'll put these things in place. We used to have, when I said serious seatbelts, it was serious reflecting. But these days, when you check everything due down to COVID, something is wrong. Now they can't order because the reflectors are not available. Because of COVID, the places that produce them are not producing anymore. So we have a challenge in West Africa. What do? Are we going to be innovative and produce our own? Or are we going to wait always to be getting from afar? We have a challenge to talk to our people about what COVID really means. Well, how does it affect you? What does the seatbelt have to do? The seatbelt is there for your own safety. When there's a crash, you'll be held on tight. But you see the children, I wish you could go around and see. The children on the front seat door, no seatbelt. We were in the class one day, one of these, and it's like a parachute. You jump in from a plane, and you have a parachute on, and your child does not have a parachute. That's what putting your child in the front seat means when you have a crash. You know, many people, we know how many people are dead because of car crash. And so as West Africa, as we're here together, as a region, I want to implore you to help us all together to work so that we can have decent laws so that we can abide by them. You go to our roundabouts now. If you go and you're coming into the roundabout, nobody gives you, you have to give way. But no, the person in the roundabout will stop. And you have to go. That's a different language to what's happening in other countries like Ghana. So somebody driving here from Ghana who wants to go straight through or want to go round, and then somebody coming right will just crash. And that's a crash. So we have to have a common language. We have to insist on these things. Please, I like this education for development that we have here, that's here today in West Africa, in Sierra Leone. Enjoy our country, enjoy your state, and let's talk and discuss and ensure that we have these things together. It's an impromptu speech though, but thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you. We are all in this together. But thank you for the strong work and those strong advice. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. We now ask the Minister of Transport to make it so.
Mr. Chairman, Minister, on behalf of the Honorable Minister who is to be absent, let me say that I'm very happy to be here with stakeholders for road safety from across the sub-region to participate in this year's West Africa Road Safety Organization Conference and the 10th General Assembly. The theme of this conference, mainstreaming road safety in West Africa through regional integration, not about acts. And the slogan, save lives, healthy lives, is more than a mere catchphrase. The ECOWAS 2020 vision, the movement from ECOWAS of states to ECOWAS of peoples, laid a strong foundation for regional integration. The 2050 vision builds on these foundations and lays the roadmaps for a more inclusive and sustainable development programs. Mainstreaming road safety at a sub-region reminds us about the ECOWAS vision 2050 goals, sustainable development. In other words, attaining the vision of ECOWAS of peoples requires smart action. And one such action is mainstreaming road safety as a key pillar of integrating people, historically, sociologically, and economically, interconnected like language, common pursuits of good life and prosperity. The slogan "Save Lives, Healthy Lives" is a collective hope and aspiration of governments in the sub-region, mindful of wanting loss of lives and limbs on roads within the sub-region. Thus, as a government, I wish to reiterate the commitment of the President, retired President Dr. the President and the entire administration to ensure the road safety issues are in the forefront of our sustainable development. Ensuring that roads are safe and meet the targets initiated by global, continental, and sub-regional instruments is the enduring mission of the government and by extension the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. It is a mission that has arguably greater significance in the context of the most significant challenges, COVID-19 and climate change. By mainstreaming road safety, our sub-region will be ready to confront disruptions in supply chains, changes in work and travel patterns, and also shifts in technology. To achieve the ECOWAS Vision 2050 in the context of an integrated road safety mechanism that is people-centered, we must build a transportation infrastructure that is dependable, robust, and with the future in mind. As a government, and to do this end, first we have made this priority to transform and modernize public transportation. We have what we call the IRO, the Integrated Resilient Urban Mobility Project. We want to see how we can transform the transport sector in Sierra Leone. In a few months, we will have traffic lights and street lights at used intersections, street cameras to improve monitoring of driver behavior. We will remove old vehicles that constantly break down and are accident risk from our roads and replace them with modern buses. And we will move street traders to a well-built marketplace with humane facility. We are doing that presently at the Sewa grounds. We intend moving the people from Abacha Street to Sewa grounds so that road will motorable once again. Second, we have put together a transport policy that puts road and traffic safety at the forefront of the ministry's action. When we start moving the policy objectives into actionable programs, we will see changes and improvements in driver training. We will see new ways in which we ensure that the vehicles flying our roads are safe. And we will have modern and current technology for testing our vehicles for both road and environmental worthiness. We will have a more robust signage and traffic signalization. So, for the first time in the history of our country, we are establishing a first response to traffic accident unit equipped with ambulances and other needed gadgets and well-trained first responders. This should be housed within the SNRS. We are also improving the traceability of drivers and vehicles by introducing a new biometric driver license, as well as a motor vehicle registration card equipped with tracking and GPS technologies. We further pledge to add vigor to efforts aimed at Sierra Leone acceding to the UN and African conventions and their ratification. ECOWAS, WASU, and all present here. These are just some of the programs we will be implementing over the next year that will ensure that our roads are safe for both motorists and pedestrians. As a government and ministry, we are committed to a safer and healthier lives for our people. We shall always continue to provide robust supervision and support to Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority in their quest to fulfill their statutory mandate. Therefore, on behalf of the ministry, I wish our brothers and sisters from the sub-region a happy stay in freedom, and hopefully they will return home with fond memories about our legendary hospitality. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish the delegates a fruitful deliberation.
That's the Minister of Transport and Aviation. He has spoken. Sleeplessly, we are transforming the whole sector. And he has outlined some of the activities. Honorable Minister, thank you so much. Before we get to our keynote address, kindly, those at the back, if you are part of this conference, you come and sit down. If you are not part, then just please excuse us. You go outside. Please, I'm encouraging you. If you are here for this purpose, then you sit down. Please, if you are here for this purpose, you are not, then please excuse us. Thank you so much. Going further, can we kindly ask one of our sisters, Melrose Emura, to just give us 3 minutes performance before we get our keynote address. Is she around? I understand our sister is a senior people examiner. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Senior citizen, good morning. Good morning to our international guests. And we dedicate this song to West African Road Safety Organization. should drive not more than 30 kilometers per hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our sister Rose, telling all the time, Rose, and especially dedicated to our president here sitting by my side, was to drive the process forward. Now we have reached almost at the climax of the whole program. I want all of us to just sit down quietly. As I said earlier, those at the back, if you are part of this meeting, please come and occupy your seats. If you are here for this purpose, Mr. Piero, please, if people at the back, they are here for this conference, can you just take your seats, please? Thank you so much. We observe a moment of silence while we are inviting the keynote speaker. As I said earlier, I don't need to introduce him again. I will just say one or two things. Of course, he's currently the government spokesman. All activities within the government stream, this is the one responsible to say it out to the public. And because of that role, the president or vice president saw it fit that he's the most, I can say, important man to come and deliver the keynote address to us. Of course, we all know some of us who are in this country. The president was not around, he has been away for the last 2 weeks. He just came around yesterday. So he has kindly asked that the Honorable Minister of Information and Communication, who is no less than President Mohammed Rahman Suare, to give us a keynote address. Only some of us use that word Rado, but it's called Mohammed Rahman Suare. So, humbly, respectfully, I'm honored to invite the Honorable Minister of Information and Communication to deliver his speech. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman, Madam Chairperson Waso, Acting Minister of Transport and Communication, Chairman of the Board, Chairman of the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Transport and Aviation, our dear brothers and sisters from the Republics of Benin, Burkina Faso, Gambia, Mali, Nigeria, Senegal, Guinea, and ECOWAS representatives. I bring you warm fraternal greetings from the Honorable Vice President and the government of Sierra Leone. I wish, on behalf of the government and of Sierra Leone, to welcome the President of the West African Road Safety Organization, delegates from the sub-region, representatives from ECOWAS Secretariat, local participants, including the media. Your presence here today demonstrates in more ways than one that our government, and indeed most other West African governments, have taken practical and proactive steps to beat back the COVID-19 crisis. I just listened very carefully to the President of WASO that last year he could not meet because COVID was on the rampage all around West Africa. So that we are here assembled is a living testimony to our collective will as governments of West Africa and as people to ensure that we beat COVID in obscurity. Thank you very much. Sierra Leone is pleased to host experts in road safety from around the sub-region to discuss progress, challenges relevant to global road safety target 2021 to 2030, the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals in West Africa, and the various instruments and legal frameworks and conventions on road safety, including the UN Road Safety Conventions. The theme of this conference, mainstreaming road safety in West Africa through regional integration, is apt and in line with the spirit and ethos of a community of people, interdependent, with shared hopes and aspirations and collective attainment of dreams. We all recall the forefathers of ECOWAS put this organization together to provide a free and unhindered movement of people and goods within West Africa. So it is only important that everyone will do this, and has to be within a safe and secure prison. That is the nexus that exists between this and the ECOWAS Charter. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, road safety is a global concern. That is why in November 2017, the United Nations General Assembly, by consensus of member states, ratified the Global Road Safety Performance Targets. Sierra Leone wished to reaffirm our commitment to the attainment of the 12 Global Road Safety Targets by 2030. The 12 performance targets are aggregated under 5 thematic pillars: road safety management, safer roads and mobility, safe vehicles, safe roads, and post-crash response. I am very happy when the acting Minister of Transport and Aviation said that plans are now afoot to put together a state-of-the-art crash response vehicle or fleet which will be housed at the SLRSA. This could not have come at a better time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Leone has shown a clear signal of commitment to the attainment of the global road safety performance indicators. We have enacted laws and regulations aimed at ensuring the safety and security of road users, enhancing response mechanisms in the event of road crashes or accidents. This is very important, you all know. It is commendable that Sierra Leone is among few countries in West Africa with an established road safety authority. The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority encompasses road safety, recognized as a global public health menace as part of its all statutory mandate. And it does not take that mandate lightly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority has identified black spots along the country's major highways with a view of establishing post-crash centers equipped with modern first aid paraphernalia and ambulances so as to optimize quick response to accidents. We urge corporate and governmental and non-governmental organizations to support this initiative because, you know, a life saved today, well beings. So this is very important that we all embrace it, we own it, we nurture it, and we support it every inch of the way. Attaining road safety and attendant benefits of decreased fatalities and disabilities caused by avoidable road accidents is intrinsically related to the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. In particular, Goal 11.2 speaks to provision of access to safe, affordable, accessible, sustainable transport systems for all, improving road safety, notably by expanding public transport, with special attention to the needs of those in vulnerable situations, women, children, people with disabilities, and older persons. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the government of Sierra Leone is committed to this goal and has demonstrated resolve through policy implementation, such as the medium-term national development plan adopted by our government under the leadership of His Excellency President Dr. Julius Malabio to accomplish the said goals. In particular, Goal 4 of the medium-term national development plan, a competitive economy with a well-developed infrastructure, would not be attainable in the absence of effective and efficient road safety in Sierra Leone, in particular, and the sub-region at large. Good roads are invariably the catalyst for socio-economic development. In the same vein, proper regulation of road use by the relevant domestic and sub-regional agencies can provide the safeguards against preventable loss of lives and limbs on our roads and improve the lives and livelihoods of our citizens and ECOWAS residents. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware that mainstreaming road safety mechanisms in the sub-region will significantly help save lives and limbs among 367 million ECOWAS citizens. On the average, 18 deaths are recorded out of 100,000 world population number, and And the population of West Africa vehicle and volume stands at 2% compared to the entire world. You could realize this is quite a huge incident. 18% out of, such a very small population. It is quite unfortunate that the rate of crashes and fatalities in West Africa stand at 16% out of 2% vehicles compared to the world, which means we contribute enormously to crashes compared to the number of vehicles owned by West Africa. This very galling statistic should be a call to action by all West African road safety authorities and indeed West African governments if we must continue to apply safe and secure roads and prevent further decimation of lives and limbs. This presents the need for accelerated action both at regional and national levels if we are to attain the goals of preventing at least 50% of road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030. Therefore, in line with the slogan for this year's conference and 10th General Assembly of WASO, mainstreaming road safety in the sub-region will save lives and enhance healthy lives. Sierra Leone will continue to do more in not only enacting laws around road safety, but also working with all key actors in monitoring and ensuring that our roads are safe and that Sierra Leone is on the right trajectory towards global road safety targets 2030. Let me take this opportunity, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to reiterate government's continued commitment to signing, ratifying, domesticating continental and global road safety instruments and to meeting the 2030 global road safety targets. Distinguished delegates, colleagues, I wish you all very fruitful deliberations throughout the conference, General Assembly, and urge you to strictly observe all COVID-19 protocols. But even at that, please take the liberty to explore the beautiful city of Freetown and enjoy its ambience. Don't forget to take a walk along our white sandy beaches at Lovely and enjoy the colorful culture, taste it with you, and interact with the very beautiful and hospitable people of Sierra Leone. On that note, I wish you very fruitful deliberations and to our foreign delegates, safe return home at the end of your conference. God bless you. On that note, it's now my distinct pleasure to officially declare this conference open. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Can we clap again for our Honorable Minister? Thank you so much. I've been informed that we will have a group photograph immediately after the closing before we go for tea break. When it closes, just a short statement that we want to assure you of government commitment we have had from various speakers. Let me start that all those personalities that have spoken to us this afternoon or this morning as a reassurance that government is committed, and for our brothers and sisters coming from the South region, we are all in this together. It's a whole process, and as we said, there is no way any one country can grow without the other. And we want to assure you that our parliamentary representative, any issue that is related to taking to parliament, they are quite willing. And as a ministry, we want to assure you that sleeplessly we are going all out to make sure that whatever actions, whatever conclusion or recommendations that these 3 days or 4 days conference will be coming out with, we want to reassure you that we will make sure that it is fully implemented. And once more, I want to thank you. Continue your stay in Sierra Leone and have a very pleasant stay. Thank you so much. If photographer, we're here. Photographer, please. they're having a large number of government education, government representatives to really share, and to be part of the process. So once more, I want to say thanks on behalf of the ministry, for the ministers and the parliamentary representatives for making every effort to be part of this process. So thank you so much. We acknowledge that one. Thank you. So photographer, please, where do you start? Outside. After that, you can go for tea break, then you can now go for technical session. Thank you.
You can be mine.